Pisces, stop. Put down everything you are doing and listen to the silence. In this silence, a call resonates, one your soul has awaited for 10 long years. This is not just a forecast, it is an urgent message from destiny, delivered to you on September 21st through a rare aspect of your ruler, Neptune, and the great karmic teacher, Saturn. Their celestial dance is a code, a key that unlocks a door you thought was sealed forever. The universe is tired of seeing you in need. It is tired of your silent agreement to less. And now it offers you a chance that will not come again. This is a farewell to poverty, not of the wallet, but of the heart and mind. You have long been adrift in a fog, in the viscous, sluggish waters of timelessness, where your dreams, bright and crystal clear within, collide with an invisible wall of reality. You are an ocean trying to fit into a glass. Your empathy has become your curse, your kindness a convenient loophole for those who drain your energy, leaving you depleted and confused. You look at the world and see opportunities for everyone but yourself. You feel like a spectator at someone else's celebration of life, while your own potential, like sunken treasure, lies at the bottom, covered in the silt of doubt and others' expectations. This state is not your destiny. It was merely a prolonged prelude. The universe proclaims a new law for you, effective immediately. It states, sacrifice without purpose is the slow suicide of the soul, and compassion that does not begin with oneself is an illusion. From this day forward, the cosmos demands that you cease being a quiet harbor for others' ships and become a lighthouse for yourself. Your task is not to save the drowning by expending your light, but to shine so brightly that they find their own way to shore. The era of dissolving into others has ended. The era of your crystallization begins. The cosmic nudge has already occurred, or will in the coming hours. It won't be a loud event. Rather, a quiet whisper that will deafen you with its clarity. A phrase overheard in a crowd that perfectly describes your situation. A forgotten melody that brings back your boldest childhood dream. Or a sudden glance at your reflection in which you see not a weary sufferer, but a sage with bottomless eyes, tired of playing this game. It will be a sign impossible to ignore. The key will turn in the lock, and you will understand the door was never locked. You were simply pushing when you needed to pull. And in that moment, a quiet but powerful explosion will occur within you. An electric jolt of realization will pierce the fog in which you have lived. The entire complexity of the world will momentarily collapse into one simple, terrifying, yet liberating thought. It's me. I held myself here. I agreed to this role. I believed I wasn't worthy of more. This will not be a feeling of guilt. No, it will be a feeling of awakening. As if you are a character in a movie who suddenly realizes they are not just a character, but also the screenwriter and director of their own story. Remember all those years, years of silent tears when no one saw, years when you gave your last, time, energy, money, and received nothing in return, not even a simple thank you. Remember the disappointments, the betrayals, the moments when your faith in the goodness of people cracked. All that pain was not meaningless. It was an alchemical process. The universe compressed the coal of your soul with incredible force to transform it into a diamond. Your pain is not scars, it is fuel. Concentrated energy that you will now direct not towards survival, but towards creation. And here is the prophecy you are destined to fulfill. On September 21st, gates open not to a treasury of gold, but to a new dimension of being. To a reality where your deepest, most secret dreams are not escapism, but technical specifications for the universe. Where your intuition is not a peculiarity, but the most accurate navigator. Where your sensitivity is not a weakness, but a superpower, allowing you to read the currents of abundance and direct them into your life. You are called to prove to the world that one can be spiritually rich and materially successful simultaneously. Of course, the old world will not let you go so easily. A chorus of frightened voices will rise within. What if this is just another illusion? What if I can't handle the responsibility? Staying in familiar scarcity is safe. I know all the rules here. But the new world will demand that I become different, harsh, calculating, untrue to myself. This fear is the last guardian at the threshold, It guards your old prison, disguised as a cozy home. But you already know the truth. To defeat this guardian, embrace your new archetypal role. From this day forward, you are neither victim nor rescuer. You are the reality weaver. Your consciousness is the loom, and your feelings, dreams, and intentions are the threads. For too long, you have woven tapestries for others, leaving yourself with nothing. Now, your mission is to weave your own tapestry, your own world, your own universe. Your strength lies in your ability to see the invisible connections between events, in your skill to transform chaos into harmony and a dream into matter. You are here to show how the dense fabric of prosperity is created from the finest threads of imagination. And here it is, the first step. It requires no money or effort. It requires only a decision. Take a blank sheet of paper, and for the first time in your life, write down your most cherished, most unrealistic dream, not as a wish, but as a goal. Not I want, but I create. Describe it in detail, feel its taste, its smell, its texture. This simple act is not just a record. It is your first knot on the loom of reality. It is your contract with the universe. It is the moment you stop waiting and start weaving. The journey has begun. But this path, barely begun, will not lead you through a flowering garden. It will require you to pass through 3 landscapes of your soul, where you have wandered in a fog for years. The universe has prepared a map of challenges for you, and the first thing you will see on it is the mirror waters of relationships, where every reflection lied to you about your worth. The second is the mountain of self-realization, whose summit you feared even to glance at, believing it meant for others. And the third, the most difficult, is the desert of the material world, where you died of thirst, sitting on a hidden spring. Each of these places will demand not strength, but honesty. The first test awaits you in the mirror waters. Very soon, a person whose emotional well-being you made your project will come to you again with an outstretched hand. Not for money, but for your life force. They will envelop you in a fog of complaints, manipulations, and subtle reproaches, making you feel responsible for their happiness once more. And your old instinct, to dissolve, to give, to save, will scream within you. This is your first battle. Use your innate superpower, intuition. Do not listen to words. Close your eyes and feel the energy flow between you. You will clearly sense warmth draining from you, replaced by a cold, sticky emptiness. In that moment, instead of the usual, "Of course, I'll help," utter a simple yet revolutionary phrase for you: "I hear you, but I cannot fix this for you." This will be like an earthquake. The water will ripple, the reflection will distort, but for the first time, you will see not a rescuer, but yourself. Next, you face the ascent of the mountain of self-realization. The challenge here will be more insidious, because the enemy is not another person, but your own imposter syndrome, fed by a decade of devaluation. The universe will send you an opportunity, a project, an offer, a client, that will simultaneously thrill and terrify you to death. When it comes time to name the price for your work, for your talent, for a piece of your soul, a chorus of voices will rise within you. You're not worth it. Ask for less. Agree to any terms, just don't miss the chance. This is a trap. Your task is to overcome your main weakness, the inability to define the boundaries of your gift. Take a practical, grounded step. Go online and impartially research what similar work costs others. Write the number down, then add 20%. That will be a tax on your past insecurity. And when you state that amount, do not justify or apologize. You are not asking, you are stating a fact of your worth. This will be your first step towards the summit. But the most difficult test awaits you in the desert of the material world. It will test the strength of your faith and will. A loved one will approach you with a request that will demand you sacrifice your own, newly acquired resource, be it money saved for education or time allocated for your project. The situation will appear critical, and your inner rescuer, your empathy, will howl with the desire to help. To give your last, how noble. But this is Saturn's final test, and here a non-trivial move is needed. You must commit an act of higher selfishness, which is in fact an act of higher service. You must refuse. But not just refuse, explain, I won't give you a fish, because right now I am building a boat for both of us. My refusal today is an investment in our shared future, where no one will starve. You will move beyond the usual good-evil dichotomy and begin to think like a reality weaver, seeing the whole picture. In this journey, you will not be alone. The universe will send you an unexpected ally. This will not be a wise guru or a wealthy patron. Most likely, it will be someone extremely down to earth and even a bit cynical, perhaps an earth sign, who will tell you what you don't want but need to hear. Or it will be an old financial literacy book that catches your eye and at first causes repulsion, then a revelation. This ally will appear to give you what you lack: structure, logic, cold calculation. They are the embodiment of Saturn's energy, here to teach your Neptune ocean to stay within its banks. And in your darkest hour, when it seems you have betrayed all your ideals, remember the gift of your ruling planets. Neptune and Jupiter give you a key, the heart's compass. When logic fails and fear paralyzes, place your hand on your chest and ask, which path leads to expansion and which to contraction? Not to good or evil, not to comfort or difficulty, but specifically to the expansion of your light, your power, your universe. The answer will come not in words, but in a feeling. Warmth and spaciousness, the right path. Cold and tightness, the wrong one. Trust this compass more than the voices in your head. But be vigilant. Your shadow is already setting a trap. For you, Pisces, the main siren luring you off course is escapism. When the tension becomes unbearable, you will feel an almost irresistible urge to flee into a world of dreams, into a TV series, into a bottle of wine, into spiritual practices detached from reality. The shadow's voice will whisper, "You're so tired. Rest. Dream of how everything will be good. Why fight if you can just imagine victory?" This is the sweetest and most dangerous lie. Seeing the tapestry in your imagination is the first step, but weaving it can only be done by working the threads of reality with tired fingers. And the universe will test your resolve. After your first success, it may seem that everything has worked out. You said no, named your price, and suddenly, an unexpected bonus, a forgotten debt repaid. You will experience euphoria. This is it. It worked. I'm on top of the world. This is a false victory. It is a test of your serious intent. The cosmos watches whether you will settle, believing the battle is won, or continue methodically weaving your tapestry, knot by knot. Many fall by the wayside here, mistaking an advance for full payment. The turning point, the point of no return, will arrive with the first full moon after September 21st, rising in the fiery sign of Aries. This is the warrior's moon, the moon of individuality, of ego. It will highlight the conflict between I and we with ruthless clarity. An event will occur that forces you to make a choice that cannot be undone. You will be compelled to publicly and definitively choose yourself, your interests, your path, even if it means severing important but toxic ties. In this moment, the old world will crumble, and there will be no way back. The price of this decision will be high and immediate. You will sacrifice your most precious and simultaneously most cursed treasure, your reputation as a good person. Those you once saved will call you a traitor. Those accustomed to exploiting your kindness will accuse you of selfishness and hard-heartedness. You will feel an icy loneliness. The path to prosperity will briefly seem like a path to complete isolation. You will have to walk forward under a barrage of accusations, relying only on a faint memory of why you started all this. It is then that a crisis of faith will strike. When the old is destroyed and the new is not yet built, you will find yourself in a void. All your efforts will seem futile. You will look at your hands. You refused loved ones. You demanded money. You severed ties. And ask yourself, what have I become? I chased abundance, but received only emptiness and condemnation. Warm. Maybe they were right. Maybe my destiny is a quiet, poor but righteous life of service to others. This will be the strongest blow to your soul, and your faith will crack. This will lead you to the deepest point of your fall, into the dark night of the soul. Here you will be alone with your greatest existential Pisces fear, the fear of complete disconnection. It will seem as though you have lost connection with God, with the universe, with the source of love, that in chasing the material, you lost the spiritual. Everything around you will become grey, tasteless, and meaningless. The ocean of your soul will turn into a stagnant swamp. There are no counsels here. There are no hints. There is only you and the deafening silence of the cosmos, in which you must either drown completely or find that single, barely flickering spark of light, the memory of that first day, of that contract written on paper. And it is this spark, this memory of your own decision, that becomes your anchor in the abyss. In this deafening silence, you suddenly hear not the voice of God, but the sober, almost sarcastic voice of that earthly ally. You recall a line from that boring book: an asset is what puts money in your pocket. A liability is what takes it out. And suddenly, this simple, primitive formula explodes in your consciousness. You realize that all your life you applied it not to money, but to people. You collected liabilities, those who took your energy, your time, your light. And here it is, the epiphany, cold as Saturn's steel. True compassion is helping someone become an asset to themselves. Your Neptune spirituality without Saturn's structure was a swamp. Your new strategy is born not of love, but of divine accounting. You will invest your light only in what grows. Your symbolic goal, your greatest hunt, becomes not treasure, but the golden thread. This is not just a metaphor. It is a real substance you now learn to see. It is a thread woven from pure self-respect. It connects your boldest dream to your most concrete action. It runs through all your decisions, and you see how some actions make it thicker and brighter, while others thin and tear it. You are no longer a weaver working blindly. You are a reality jeweler, weaving this precious thread into the tapestry of your life, knowing that it is what transforms the grey fabric of everyday life into a tapestry of abundance. With this knowledge, you gather all your strength for the final frontier. You are no longer fighting the world, you are tuning your internal instrument. You understand that by refusing help, you did not show cruelty, but offered the person the highest respect. You silently acknowledged their ability to cope on their own. By demanding a high price for your work, you did not show greed, but declared to the universe the value of the gift that flows through you. You have integrated all the lessons. You are ready, and the universe sends you the final exam. The person who caused your first test returns. But this time, he does not ask for fish. He looks you in the eyes and asks, "How did you build your boat? Teach me." And here it is, the moment of truth. The old you, the rescuer, would immediately rush to build the boat for him, reveling in your usefulness. But the new you stands before the ultimate choice, to dissolve into another again, or to remain a lighthouse. And you choose the latter. You hand him not oars, but blueprints. You share not power, but knowledge. The climax is not in external action, but in your internal silence. In that moment when you see disappointment in his eyes, for he expected a ready-made solution, your greatest fear, the fear of rejection, rises like an icy tsunami. It screams, "You betrayed him. You became selfish. You will be alone." But you look through this fear and for the first time respond not with words, but with calm certainty. You hold the pause. You allow him to choose for himself, to leave or to start learning. And in this pause, your last prison wall crumbles. The reward surpasses all expectations. The person does not leave. He takes the blueprints. And in that moment, you physically feel the golden thread in your hands transform into a luminous cable. The space around you changes. Not just money arrives, the right people, projects, opportunities that perfectly align with your gift arrive. Your abundance becomes not the result of struggle, but a natural consequence of your integrity. You have gained not wealth, but the right to be a full-flowing river that nourishes both itself and others without running dry. You have connected Neptune's boundlessness with Saturn's banks. You have become who you always were meant to be, a mystic standing firmly on the earth. Your new reality is one of calm strength. You still feel the pain of the world, but it no longer destroys you. You are the surgeon, not the patient. Your intuition has become your business partner, and empathy your most precise marketing tool. You no longer choose between spirituality and money, because you have understood money is simply the materialized energy of the world's gratitude for your light. You live from a state of value, not need, and people are drawn to you not to take, but to learn how to shine like you. Your life has become your greatest work of art. Now this is your truth. Repeat it until it becomes your skin. The mantra, I am an ocean within strong banks. My light nourishes, it does not burn. You have journeyed from victim to creator. You have woven your world. But now that your tapestry shines, you notice there is room for other patterns. The story is not over. The greatest adventure is just beginning.